Welcome to the Back 9 Six-Pack with Mitch and Justin. Let's roll.
Hello and welcome to episode 61 of the Back 9 Six-Pack. My name is Mitch, joined as always by my esteemed colleague Justin. That one is for a hole-in-one, baby.
Hell yeah.
I am on the board with a bucket list golf item. Probably the only one I've checked off.
I'm so sad that I didn't get to hang around. I did take a shot with you, though. I did.
And yeah, we had a beer together, too.
Dude, I was taking bullets left and right. I'm like, nope. You know what? I'll take some flack. I'll take some flack for my boy having a hole-in-one. I'm going to hang around. Because what were you, like an hour and 20 minutes behind us-ish?
Probably. You finished when
we were
making the turn. So
Yeah.
But we played pretty quick because didn't really have anybody in front of us. So
yeah. But I was just like, as soon as I got that text, I'm like, fuck, now I got to fucking hang around here. Like, God, I'm such a dead man.
I have endless, I don't even know how to begin to tell the story.
I guess, anything. Okay, let's just start with the hole one itself.
Okay, that's a good point. All right. So I made an ace. Still kind of can't believe it, honestly. We are on hole 3 white, which is a long-ish par 3. Plays maybe a little downhill.
Yeah, I think it's exactly 2 yards downhill.
Yeah, and there's like, the way the hole is designed, there's like a little bit of a landing area in front of the green where you can run it up or bounce it up depending on the conditions. The pin was in the front center of the green. Yeah,
it was probably, I played that day. I played in front of you. I don't know, 15, 20 feet on, maybe.
Probably.
Just before the upslope, which is the center of the green. It was almost a center pin, actually, technically.
Yeah. It was playing 192 from the blues. I hit a 6-iron, left to right wind, hit a draw. The thing just never left the stick. I mean, it was right at it the whole way. And like, it was one of those where you know how sometimes you'll hit it on a par 3 and you just like kind of jokingly say get in or whatever. I was like, as soon as I hit it and I saw it,
like, oh shit.
I was like, shit, get in. And I was playing with my buddy Tyler. Shout out to him for witnessing it. He couldn't see it. Like, he wasn't sure. Like, at first he thought I was short. I was like, bro, I hit on the green. Like, we're like, and then I was walking around at different angles, like trying to see like the ball from the tee box.
Oh, that's a crazy hole because you can see the ball land. Yeah. But I always have trouble seeing where the ball is. You know what I mean? Like, I think what was it when we played on Father's Day? I hit it. It was like a front right pin. And I hit it like front right, and we couldn't see it because there was a shadow.
Yeah.
Like, it's always kind of hard to see on that green. So, for you to not see it actually, like, go in is not surprising.
Yeah.
But it also makes me think it one-hopped.
I think it one-hopped because my pitch mark was like 4 feet short of the hole.
And the greens were a little firm
that
day. They were a little firm.
So, I think it came in with a draw and just one-hop, boom, in. I tried.
Which is fucking sick, by the way. I just say it? I want my hole-in-one to be a one-hop. I just want a hole-in-one at this point.
Yeah.
But I want it to be a one-hop.
I mean, I think, look, you're much more judgmental of hole-in-ones than I am. But I will say it is nice to, like, you know, I didn't do it on some kind of gimmicky hole or like a really short.
Or a scramble or something. Honestly, I swear, when I had one, 2 weeks ago, when I hit it to a couple inches, I was like, I kind of don't want it to happen in the scramble. Like, I'm not trying to be picky here, but I don't want it to happen in the scramble.
Yeah, basically, what I'm trying to say is nobody can pick any bones with my hole-in-one, and which I like.
No,
it's a bona fide ace.
It's indisputable.
Yeah. So I hit it and it goes in whatever. Tyler still has to tee off, so he hits his shot. We drive up. I'm trying to FaceTime you guys, our group chat, because I'm like, dude, if I'm never...
Yeah.
Trust me, if I hit the bat signal, there's a reason.
Yeah, okay. I saw the miss FaceTimes. And then I saw the video. And the video came through. I'm like, why the fuck did he just send me a video? Like, I know you're probably on like 12 or 13 at this point. Like, what the fuck is going on? And then I see congratulations. I'm like, oh shit, I got to open this video. I opened the video. I'm like, no. And then I start yelling out because I'm up on the patio. I'm like, guys, we got a hole-in-one coming up here. Open the tab. And then shout out to Jared. He goes, we're not going to open the tab until he gets like closer to 18.
Yeah.
Really, we shouldn't open until he gets up here. And I was like, as soon as I get confirmation he's on 17, will you open it? And he was like, yeah. And then you're like, I'm on 17. I'm like, open that bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So I guess some more context here. And it was our 12th hole today, so I still had 6 more holes to go.
Dude, I was like, dude, just rapid fire.
This is also coming off of shooting 45 on the red course and telling you at the turn that I should have retired Wednesday.
Jesus. You're like, I should have retired.
Because that was back-to-back 45s for me, and that's not good. So we grab a bunch of beers at the turn, classic back nine six-pack, of course. Turn
8 of them, exactly.
Yeah, switch the playlist up. It's a full new 9, new me situation. Par the first hole, make a sloppy bogey on the second, which is a par 5, and then boom, ace. Got to play it out. And I'm like, at that point, because once you make the ace, then you're kind of like...
You got to make it respectable.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I've already got a 45 on the card. Now I got to try to keep this out of the 90s.
So you're
basically.
you're 1 under on the 9 at this point, right? Because
Yeah.
you bogeyed.
Yep.
You parred 10, you bogeyed 11.
Yeah. So I step up on the next hole, top driver.
I don't...
Chunk and iron.
Just for reference, I've never made a hole 1. That next hole has got to be just a blur.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, as a golfer, like truly, like your life's changed. There was you before a hole in one and you after a hole in one.
It's like a new man.
Like,
you're a new man.
You've literally made the biggest check mark you're probably going to make as someone like me.
It's like your wedding night.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, I guess. Yeah, you're a changed man at this point. Anyway, I top the drive, chunk the iron, stuff a wedge, tap in par. I'm like, all right.
Dude, when I saw that, I was like, that's kind of a sick way to make par after a hole in one.
And anyway, long story short, a couple bogeys come in, whatever, ended up shooting 38 for a smooth 83 with an ace on the card.
Which is respectable. Like, it's not your best score by any means.
To be in the 30s.
But you don't want to shoot 90 with a hole in one.
Exactly. Yeah, for me, especially. Yeah, I mean, shit. Yeah, I don't even know what else to...
Dude, it was so surreal. And so I met you guys at 18 with 2 beers. We hugged it out. I'm so glad I stuck around. I called my wife and I was like, look, Mitch had a hole in one. I was planning on leaving like 40 minutes ago, but I want to at least see him finish, and I'm going to give him a drink and then I'm leaving. And she was like, no, it makes sense. Like, she was very understandable. Like, she understood what was going on. I sent her the video. She was like, holy crap, that's cool. How many do you have? And I'm like, none. Just, there's a dagger in there, for sure. But she was really cool about it. Met you guys with 2 beers. Took a picture of the scorecard because I was like, holy shit, this is...
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's like a mythical creature at this point for me.
It is. And I will say, not to besmirch any of the way that it happened. It was awesome to get to do it with Tyler. They were visiting for a couple of days from Tampa. But like... When you think about having a hole in one, you think about like the crazy videos you see and stuff, and it's like somebody
Bob Does Sports just had one.
Exactly. And it's like you and all your boys and it's crazy scene, all this stuff. It was not like that for us. We were like, is it in? Is it not in? Like, he still had to hit. I had to drive up and see. So it was like a little bit muted, which everybody said in the video I sent a bunch of people. They were like, you should have been way more excited. I was like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of an understated guy. Like,
well, I don't know if I told you the story from our vacation. But like the second course we played, 2 holes, like their tees are really close together. I hit a shot on 17. There's guys on 12. It one hops, disappears. And the guy on 12 is like, holy shit, I think that just went in. I think I told you it was like 3 inches or something like that. So it was like, I don't know, like it's one, like obviously you had a witness.
Yeah, thank God.
But like dude, I want like, I don't know. I can't get picky at this point because I don't have one. But I want a fucking crowd.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird because like nobody saw it except for us, right?
It's like, it's kind of one of those things like, I don't know. I just want like fucking like 10 people around. I don't know. Like, I know that's probably too much to ask, but I don't know.
No, I mean, you think about golf course routing. A lot of times, there'll be another tee or whatever
like
nearby,
someone else that
like
sees it. Yeah,
anything like that. But yeah, the massive shout out again to Tyler because like I didn't even think I didn't take a picture. Like we swung back around.
Yeah, I saw the picture though. I don't know, what do you call that? Like a wallpaper or whatever for the post or something. I saw your picture.
Yeah.
But the video is fantastic.
Thank
by
you.
the way.
Yeah.
Like,
so I just took that driving
so
up to the
cool.
hole. That's all I could do.
Like I told you, I said this. I was like, I'm so happy for you.
Ugh.
But I'm so sad for me.
I know. It's tough.
Like it's so hard. Like I'm happy and sad at the same time.
Yeah.
It's gonna come. I had a close call today.
It'll happen. Yeah.
I've had 3 close calls in the last 3 weeks.
I will say it's kind of a relief once you get the one, right? Because it's like
At that point, I feel like it frees you up a little bit. Like you're just like,
I just didn't want to be that, the guy that's like 70 still chasing it, just like trying,
no, it's so fun. So I don't know if this is his first. We have a guy that's in like Dayton, Cincinnati area, Gordon Willens, super nice guy. Played with him last year at the GCGA Mid-Am. He's shot his age like 100 times. Like good player. He just had a hole in one the other day, and I'm pretty sure when I talked to him, this is his first hole in one.
Yeah.
And he played 325 rounds the last 10 years. He plays in Florida. He just kind of travels around. He plays at Heatherwood up in Dayton.
Yeah.
He just had a hole in one. I'm 90% sure this is his first hole in one. He just had it like on Monday last week.
That's a lot of reps, yeah.
But like, think about this. This dude's like 77 years old. Like, but I think we're all chasing it, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
you're chasing it. Now you're chasing your second one.
Yeah. I will say too, it's to make it that much sweeter rolling up to that hole, because that hole and I don't have the best relationship.
No, you don't play that hole well.
Well, I mean,
Maybe it changes your mindset.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Completely frees me up. Doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You hold out already.
All right, before we move on, I got a bunch of shout outs for people. Already shout out Tyler. Shout out to you for sticking around, having a drink with me, brought me the first beer from the tab, which was awesome. Everyone that congratulated me. My dad sent me a video, which was awesome to have.
Dude,
Save
that's
that
so
to my
cool.
phone. All the people at our club, obviously, everybody that was up there.
Yeah, Jared Wolver, shout out to him. He opened the tab.
Yeah, tons of people shook
Our
my hand.
exalted ruler.
Yeah, but speaking of the tab, by the way, pretty much everybody cleared out. So, like, there was like 70 bucks
Yeah,
left.
dude, I was trying to like rally the troops. I'm like, Tom Cerisi was up on the putting green.
Shout out to Tom, my former neighbor.
He's and he's a listener. I still owe him a hat. God dang,
Yeah,
forgot about that. But he was up there. I'm like, hey, Mitch made a hole in one. Like,
right,
dude. Just like even if you're not planning on drinking, like go get a drink. Like,
right. But yeah, so I talked to Layla and she called Jeff, and we're rolling what's left of the tab to Wednesday Night
That's
League.
so
which
cool.
Is awesome.
Love it.
I'm glad
Love
they
it.
let me do that.
Yep.
To anybody that's listening, people who reach out to me on social media, thank you for that. That was
Dude.
cool.
Yeah.
And then first and foremost to Susie and Sam. Sam is Tyler's wife. Like I said, they were in town. We were supposed to
Dealing
had dinner
with
plans.
degenerates.
Yeah, they took one for us to be able to celebrate that properly. And then I was up with Tyler probably till like 2:30 in the morning
Hell
drinking
yeah.
bourbon and stogies. Man, it was.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I will not remember the last 5 hours of my day when I have a hole in one. It's just not going to happen.
No.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank
like
you.
I said, I'm so happy for you, but I'm also sad at the same time because I'm like, I'm sitting here with zero. But it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Dude, it's fucking awesome.
For the pod.
Yeah.
For the show here. Oh, man. All right. Well, thank you all for listening again. Subscribe, rate, and review the show, please. That helps out a lot. Follow us on social media. My video's up there on Instagram if you want to check it out. Well, from the highest of highs,
The lowest of lows.
I walked in here tonight and Justin just looks at me deadpan, welcome to the Thunderdome. Our guy has started the Cincinnati Metropolitan Championship today. Not your best round out at Elks Run Golf. Is it club? Golf course? Golf
Club, I think.
Club, yeah.
Greg Norman design.
Yeah. The floor is yours. That's all
It's called Live Golf Club. No,
There you
I'm
go.
just
There
kidding.
should be a bunch of branding out there,
Now, so I thought back on my competitive rounds. I said this is my worst competitive round by 5 strokes. 4. It was actually 4 in the last 16 months. And I don't know if you remember this. So I qualified for the Ohio Am about 2 years ago.
I do remember this, yeah.
I took such a mental leap towards, holy shit, like, I used to think after I graduated college and kind of had kids and took not a break from golf, but kind of. Like, I think my first year after college, I played like 6 rounds. I think the second year after college, I played like 8 rounds. But then I got back into it. Shout out to Cody, who's a member at the Elks. He kind of got me back to playing like a decent amount of golf. He was like, hey, you need to be a member at the Elks. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Started playing a lot of golf again, competitive golf, like started in the match play, stuff like that. But I never like found my old form, like from college, like, hey, I can do this. Like, I'm better than a lot of people, you know what I mean? But not to get too far off the tracks here, but today in that round, I kind of, okay, like I can do this. When I qualified for the Ohio Am, like I can do that. Like I'm good enough to do this. Play amateur golf, be a really good amateur golfer. And ever since that round, like never had some rough rounds, but like found a way to kind of scrap things together. Mm-hmm. Today was the first day that like just couldn't scrap anything together. Like nothing. Like handled adversity terribly. Nerves. Like I haven't been nervous in a tournament in like 2 years. Maybe 2.5 years. No, I've never had any nerves. Got up on the first tee and I was like, what? Like, why am I feeling this way?
You think it was because you
stupid?
You think it was because you had expectations this time, maybe?
And so we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. But it's stupid. It's like when I came home tonight to my kids and family and all that stuff, I'm like, why do I have expectations for this stuff? Like, it's like, it really puts it into perspective. You're like, my kids are like, as soon as I walk in the door, Dad, when are we going to the pool? Like, yeah. Why do I have any expectations for golf? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And what I'm disappointed in today, and we're going to get in my round here in a second, but what I'm disappointed in today is how I just kind of let it snowball and I let expectations take over results. Like I need this result to take over, because that's what I've been really good at, is like not focusing on results and just being like, I'm going to come out here, hit the ball forward, chase it. Hit the ball forward, chase it. Mm-hmm. And that's what's kind of been the last 2 years. Like when I played my best golf, it's like, just hit it wherever it fucking goes. Just find it, hit it again. You know what I mean? But then I walk in the door. It's like, when are we going to the pool? Like, it puts it in like perspective of like, this means nothing.
Sure.
Nothing. And that's what I've really grasped over the last 2 years. But today, I don't know what it was. Like, could not put it in perspective. Like, Guntz has told us, he saw that post on Reddit about the guy played his last round with terminal cancer. He's like, dude, I don't get mad anymore.
Right.
Like, I tried to think of that, and I still couldn't, like, I still got mad. I'm like, dude, I haven't gotten mad on the golf course. Like, I always say I get one club throw a round. Dude, I had like 3 today. Like, just out of frustration. But, so I shot 80 today. Let's just get the score out there. Shot 80, 9 over. And I posted on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it. I tagged.
Took to social media. I did not see it.
I tagged us in it, and had some time to reflect on my round. And to me, when I play bad, it's all mental at this point. Like, it has nothing to do with mechanics. It has all to do with me playing free and mentally free, right? Like, no expectations, swinging free. What happens, what happens. Whatever happens, happens. So I said, I had a mental step back today. Terrible range session. Terrible. I mean, like, when I say terrible, like, I would have been embarrassed at many of golf ranges today. Like, I wasn't shanking things, but I was like kind of chunking them, just kind of all over the place. I'm picking targets, and what I do is I kind of, each iron I hit 3 balls at different targets. I kind of move around the range because you don't want to just set up and hit at one target. It's not realistic, right? So I kind of move around the range a little bit with the same club. Terrible range session. And normally doesn't get me off my game. Like, I'm like, we're just trying to get the muscles warmed up. Like, we're thinking about like a swing thought, right? Like one swing thought, but like, I'm just trying to get warmed up. Like, I just drove 40 minutes in a car. This course is way out there. So I'm trying to get my muscles warmed up. That's really the gist of the range session, but it's also the think one swing thought, hit the ball. But it got me off my game. I will tell you, it got me off my game because I remember going over and putting, and I'm like, holy shit, I just fucking like I don't even know what to say about it. It's like, I bet those kids are like, and I say kids because most of them over on the range were like 18, 19, 20 years old. They're probably like, who the fuck is this guy? Like he's fucking chunking them on the mats and stuff. And then, so it led to a bad start. I got a bad break on one. I didn't hit that bad of a drive. Got directly behind the tree. Had to punch it under some trees. Left it in the worst spot. But I got a bad break. Like, I ended up behind one of the 2 trees on the entire hole.
Yeah.
So that bad start, it snowballed. Like, that's where I'm like, usually, like, if I make a bogey, it's like, okay, done. All right, move on, whatever. Led into the next hole, made a bogey. Then the next hole, played the hole perfectly. Exactly how I planned. I got on Google Earth last night, measured out the holes. Like, this is what I'm going to hit on tee boxes. Hit a 2-iron out there, about 240. Hit a 6-iron up to about 70 yards, which is exactly what I planned. End up in a divot. Thin it over the green. Okay, whatever. But I'm now 4 over through 3 holes. But I remember, like, sitting on 3 green. And I was like, I am molded by the darkness. Like, that's what I kept telling myself. And I swear to God, like, when I had that mindset, I parred the next 5 holes. Like, I had some putts, like, had some birdie putts, barely grazed the hole.
Yeah.
I'm making good strokes. Like, all right, okay, like, we're finding our groove here. Like, we're 4 over, but we're giving ourselves chances, right? Get to 9. The wedge yips come in. I had a very touchy 70-yard shot.
Ooh.
Maybe 12 feet of green to work with. Chunked it. Okay. And I'd already kind of, like I said, I thinned one out of the divot. I had another wedge shot. I hit a little thin. Not super thin, but thin. It's like, oh, fuck, man, here we go. And just so you know, the greens were firm. Everything else was doused in water. And the fairways were super soft. I had mud balls all day.
Yeah, it's weak.
But it just snowballed after that. Like, bogeyed 9, hit a bad tee shot on 10, got into another divot on 10, somehow got it onto the green, 3-putted. But, like, after 10, it snowballed. Like, mentally, I was done and was like, what else is going to happen? Well, what else is going to happen is I got into a divot on 13, and I got into a divot on 15. And not saying that my mental game would have like avoided the divots,
Right.
but I think if you have like mental clarity, you handle those situations a little better. And in my brain, it was like, this is going to be a bogey.
Oh yeah, there's definitely something to like the mental, the pre-bogey, right? Like it, just the fact that you're expecting bad breaks, like manifest them.
Yeah, like on 12, like par 3, it was downwind. Like it was downwind the whole time. Guy before me hits, barely nicks the back of the green. Like carries forever. I hit, wind changes into our face. I almost bounced back into the hazard. I actually ended up getting up and down for par.
Yeah.
But like 15, I hit, dude, one of the best chip shots I've ever hit. I'm not kidding. I had to like bump it into a hill. I had a downhill lie, bumped it into the hill, ended up like 4 feet away. Missed the putt. And that is all due to my mental state. And I'm so mad at myself because I let bad breaks and a few bad swings get in the way of playing my game.
Right.
It just is what it is, right? Like, I let a few bad swings and a few bad breaks get into my head. And that's what I'm more mad about. Like, I'm not mad that I shot 80. I shot 80. It happens, right? I'm an amateur golfer. I'm a dad. I have a full-time job. Like, shit happens, right? But I'm mad because I was not in control.
Yeah. That's a good perspective to have.
And I feel like, and, you know, I'm like, oh, wedge yips. The wedge yips happened because I was not in control. My brain was in control. I was not in control.
Right.
And that's where, like, that... So, like, going into tomorrow, and honestly, like, looking at the scores, like, dude, I'm 2 shots out of the match play. Like, I shot 80 today. Like, scores are high. Courses are... McAteewall looks like it played about a shot and a half better. Maybe, like, easier. 2 shots maybe easier. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've never... And I ran into a member... After the round, he works for GCGA, Greater Cincinnati Golf Association. Dave Miller, super nice guy. And I go in. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna yug some beers in here. I had to do some work. I had my laptop with me. I'm like, I'm gonna get up in here in the Wi-Fi and crank back a couple beers. We had another member, Jared, out there. Yeah. Probably like 5 groups behind me. And he comes in, I come in, and he's like, hey, how'd you play? And I was like, Dave, I've never felt like I should have shot 71 or an 80, and I shot 80. Like, that's truly what happened. Like, I could have shot 71 or 72, and I could have shot 80, and I shot 80.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess.
Got to be mentally stronger. I deem myself a gritty player, and I was not gritty today. No grit.
Yeah, you weren't a mutter today.
I was not a mutter today. All right, I'll get off my pedestal.
No, you're good. You're good. I
had to get that off my chest.
It feels like just listening to you talk here. This is like the floor, right? Like where your mental game was. If as long as you don't bring that to the course tomorrow, I mean. You should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, tomorrow if I go out and shoot 68, it would not surprise me. It would.
No.
I got off the tee fine. I mean, everything was fine other than, like, wedges and, like, the mental game. And, like, putting wasn't... Like, I had a couple 3 putts, but I think it was all in my head at that point. Like, it was just, like, I was in such a bad mental state after the start. Like, the range session, the start... It just kind of snowballed on me. Like, tomorrow, if I go out and shoot 69, like, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Like today, if you said you shot 73 today, like, it wouldn't have, like, yeah, I would have believed it. Like, where I was in the fairways and, you know, on some of the holes outside of the breaks I got, like, yeah, I would have probably believed you. But I don't know.
Well, it's
It
also,
happens.
I mean, you need multiple shots probably. Like, you need to make up multiple shots. So that's a little more
Yeah, you start
freeing
pressing.
rather than, like, trying to protect it. And, you know what I mean? Like, I think that might be a better mentality for you to have tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I think tomorrow, and then, I got my caddy with me tomorrow. He's in.
God. Who's your caddy?
Scott Johnson, my guy. We're getting an early start. We're going to leave my house at 7:20. And honestly, I think if he was there today, like, I will say this, he's not a good golfer. Like, he's a 15 handicap. But I think if he would have saw my first 2 holes, he'd have been like he would probably I don't know, he won't think he would have slapped me, but he'd been like, dude, you're better than this. Like,
Yeah,
figure it the fuck out. Like,
exactly.
And honestly, it might have got me. Like, he didn't caddy for me today, but it might have got me back into yeah, what the fuck am I doing right now? Like, what am I doing?
He would have called you out for being
what am I
pouty.
doing right now?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's funny when you have events where you can have a caddy, but where they can kind of just straighten you out. Not even swing wise. Just dude, I've seen you play 80 times. You are better than this. What the fuck are you doing right now? And
yeah,
so I'll have that tomorrow. But and the best thing about him is he's a great cheerleader. And if I get off to a good start, it's just going to kind of roll. You know what I mean? I truly believe we can. Right now, like I said, the cuts trending towards about where I'm at, maybe plus 10, depending on the weather tomorrow, which is maybe supposed to be iffy. Wind, maybe plus 11. So I got to shoot 71, 72 tomorrow, par 70 tomorrow. But I got to shoot 71, maybe 72 tomorrow, which, again, like I said, today, if you'd have told me I shot 73, I would have believed you. So it is what it is.
All right, the last thing, are you committing to an official putter change, or are we sticking?
So, it's funny. I used the jailbird today. It wasn't bad. I just put myself in such bad situations. I didn't hit anything close. Didn't have anything to make for a birdie. I think my closest birdie putt was maybe 15 feet. But I think for just vibe purposes, I'm going back to the Phantom.
Oh no.
That's what we're doing.
Right.
Hey, don't question the head coach.
I'm not. You do you. That's fine. All I know is I saw the jailbird out at Stymies on Wednesday night.
And I swear to God, I don't putt good at the course I just played. I've never putted well there.
Yeah.
And it's probably not a fair assessment of the jailbird. It really isn't. And I'm probably cutting it loose a little too soon, but I know what I got with the Phantom, and I think at this point, needing to shoot 71, 72 tomorrow, I think I just got to go with what I know.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
Sorry, that took a lot longer than I was expecting.
That was cathartic for you,
I had a lot of, that was a therapy session.
It's all good. A couple other things on our golf here. I'm going to skip over the league topic. I really don't have anything to talk about. I don't know, when does this
right now.
Yeah, when does this session end? That's what I want to know.
July 10th.
Okay. I'm going to put all my eggs in the
We have a
session 2
glow
basket.
ball on July 10th.
Wow.
They're doing a night golf, which I'm in for, by the way.
I mean, it'll be fun, but also that's going to be
not
late night.
great for scheduling.
No, that's going to be a tough Thursday. I'm not going to lie, but it is what it is. I guess one other thing. Have we talked that they're doing a Stampede Champions Dinner? Have we talked about that on here?
No, we haven't talked about it on here. I'm so excited about it. I actually have to RSVP. I
already did that. Yeah, I text Fish already. But yeah, I'm glad we had a kind of jokey idea. What was it, 2 years ago maybe about that?
Yeah,
or even
I think it was it was 2 years ago. It was we were before you guys won. It was we're kidding about what you guys what we were going to do for Champions Dinner, and it's a real thing now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm so excited.
Anything like this where it's it just makes it more of a club atmosphere, you know what I mean? I think is good.
Yeah, no, and I think they've got some guys coming back from a while ago.
Yeah.
You know, and I think some guys we know, maybe some guys we don't. I think it's a fantastic. I don't know if the winners actually get to pick the dinner, but it's to have a dinner and just kind of hang out and
Yeah.
you know, maybe talk about your win. You know,
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it all goes. I know we're required to wear jackets.
love it.
At least
I
for
love
the picture.
that. Dude, I love it.
I'm debating what I want to do here. I'm considering wearing the polo from the win under a jacket.
I don't like
It's
a polo
bit
under
aggressive.
a jacket.
Well, you don't know it's a polo and win.
I don't like the polo under
know.
a jacket.
I know, but I don't know.
I'm scanning the intranets for me and Ryan, maybe a matching jacket.
Yeah, Gunther and I talked about that, but I
He's
think
got midget arms though, so it's kind of making it hard.
you can get it tailored. Just go get it
We're
altered.
running out of time here.
That's true too. Anyway, just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, no, I think it's dude. Shout out to our MGA for kind of like taking like an idea and running with it.
Yeah, I think it just adds to
Fish, Jeff, all them guys, like just kind of taking an idea and like that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
And just kind of doing it. You know, it's awesome. I think it's great.
It's a nice lead into, Friday, sort of like a
Yeah.
prep day / fun evening, and then
Yeah, it's kind
tournament
of like
starts
the
Saturday,
Masters.
so-
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Okay, and then I guess the next big question. If I'm on the board for July 4th, are you going to take? No, I'm kidding. You gotta weigh your options.
You know, I'll take you.
I know, but I do also appreciate if there's,
No, I'll take you 100%. Are you in?
Yeah, I think I'm in. I think I'm skipping league the night before though, just because I don't want to do the
Maybe.
yeah.
It's a maybe. The league for me is a maybe, but is the league on the July 3rd?
Yeah. July 4th is
That's
Thursday.
Terrible.
So, yeah,
Terrible league night.
I know.
So July 10th is the Glow Ball. I'm probably gonna. I got a sister-in-law coming in town. I think I'm gonna press it a little bit. I might play in league night too.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me a single bit. So
I'm a habitual line stepper.
yeah, definitely the habitual line stepper. All right, so I didn't really want to talk like blow by blow of the Travelers, but just trying to come up with new segment ideas. So I thought, hey, back in 6-pack, we're gonna have a 6-pack of questions here. Stuff related to and around the Travelers Championship. First up, all right, who made a better tackle? Was it the officer on the protester at the Travelers or the security guard on Adam Hadwin at last year's Canadian Open?
Oh, dude, I think this year's guy, dude, he speared him.
That was like a blindside quarterback.
And honestly, he kept the head out of the way, no flag. You know what I mean? Like, didn't leave with the crown. It was a solid. This one was a more solid tackle because the Adam Hadwin one, he kind of like swiped him with the arm.
Yeah,
kind of an arm tackle. This one was like full on body tackle.
Yeah, that one that guy felt that one for sure.
Oh, dude, he was in the jail cell like fuck.
Yeah,
like,
or it might have been
I
one
got
of those.
rattled.
It was probably for the cop. It was probably one of those that was like so clean he didn't even like feel. You know what I mean? Like it was just like that pure. Like
oh
a
yeah,
golf
he
strike.
didn't feel shit.
Yeah.
No.
All right, look. Obviously, Scotty is on a ridiculous run right now. I forget who was it. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. This was a
Well, Ted
tweet.
Scott's at like what $3 million this year at this point.
Ted Scott might be playing in the Tour Championship at this rate. He might have enough FedEx
He's
Cup
got enough
points,
FedEx points.
to be in the top 30. No, so Jamie Kennedy, the comparisons have officially are in full force to Tiger's 2000. Tiger's first 15 starts in 2000. He had 6 wins, 12 top 10s, no miscuts, and 32 rounds in the 60s. He averaged 68.7. Scotty's first 15 this year, 6 wins, 13 top 10s, no miscuts, 40 rounds in the 60s, and averaging 67.8.
Dude, it's stupid.
Yeah. So, having said that, my question is, we did this last week, sort of like a ratio, right, of like Bryson winning versus Roy losing. What is the ratio of Scotty is this freaking good to nobody is really, there's like a lack of competitiveness from his peers right now?
It's so tough.
I know it's tough.
I will say Tiger didn't have maybe the most international influence in his years when he was really crushing it, right?
No, and in 2000,
I
that was kind of before a lot of the guys that he did kind of compete with.
I
before their
honestly would
peaks.
tell you that it's probably like 50-50.
You in the 50-50s.
No, okay. I can't do that because I'm not a 50-50 guy. I will say it's probably like 70% Scotty,
Yeah.
30% the field. Because, like, we're not rolling out milkmen here. Like, it's not like,
No.
hey, you're delivering a mail today? Hey, go play Scotty Scheffler this weekend. That's not what we're doing.
Right.
Like, he just beat Tom Kim. Tom Kim is the best 21-year-old golfer in the entire world. You know what I mean? Like, we're not rolling milkmen. We're not rolling mailmen out there to play him every week. That's not what's happening. Now, is there some talented golfers that are on another tour? Yeah, I'm not going to doubt that.
Yeah, I think maybe that's the bigger potential question.
Do I think his biggest foe, as far as talent-wise and how they're playing right now, is on the other tour? That's probably true. I mean, I think Bryson's probably playing equally as good golf as Scotty. You know, like, I mean, he just won a major. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's kind of hard to argue. And he played pretty good in Nashville and Live. I don't know. I don't think he won, but
No. Tyrrell hadn't won.
yeah. But so there's some give and take, but I think it's 70-30, probably.
I think that's fair. I think I was going to say 65-35.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, even if you are playing, like, really freaking good, it's hard to do what he's done. Right?
Yeah.
So, like...
Because, like, think about Bryson, obviously last week, like, just kind of gets on a roll and wins a major, right? Would he have won all those weeks if Bryson was playing? Maybe. But I think he would have won most of them, but I don't think he would have won all of them. So,
Yeah.
I think that's probably a fair ratio.
I'm with you. All right. Does 59 matter anymore in professional
Well, a
golf?
ball in hand 59 does not matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a tough scene. A lift, clean, and cheat is a tough scene for a 59.
And there's something about this course, too, right? Like, it's...
Yeah, par 70, it's not hard.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, Furyk shot a 58 here. I'm pretty sure there's been other 59s at this course as well.
I think so as well. Yep. I don't know. A ball in... I don't care if it's a par 72. A ball in hand for these guys, that's tough.
Yeah.
I think it matters. And I don't want to, like, discount that he shot 11 under. Like, that's fucking stupid.
Right.
But a ball in hand...
Yeah,
I don't
think
know.
in the scope of 59s, maybe it's,
It's probably
I
a
think
little less than most. Because I think Jim Furyk did it not ball in hand. Like, it was a play it as it is. That's a little more impressive. But a ball in hand, like what he did, maybe not as impressive.
He being Cam Young, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cam, yes. Scam.
There you go. I needed you to say it. All right. This is something else I've kind of been tracking. I'm going to hit you with the blind resume. See if you can tell me who this player is.
Ooh.
This is their
Love these.
their 2024. There's been 17 events. They've made 11 cuts, just 3 top 10s. The best finish is a third at the Century, so no wins. And they've not had a top 10 since the Valero Texas Open.
Chris Kirk.
No, Chris Kirk won this year, didn't he? Or did I make that up?
Oh, you
He
said
won the Century.
third at the Century.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's Colin Morikawa.
Cool. No.
No?
No.
Because Colin played pretty good at the Century.
This person is currently ranked 32nd in the world.
Oh my God. Really?
They have not won since the 2022 RBC Heritage.
He won the RBC Heritage in 2022. I don't know. Tell me.
He only has 2 wins since his win at the 2017 Open Championship.
Rory.
No.
No?
Rory's got a bunch of wins since.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Plus, he hasn't won a
think-
major since 2014.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You got to tell me. I'm just going to sit here and guess.
It's our king, Jordan Spieth.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's not good.
No. I didn't realize it was this like.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
He's tumbling.
Thank God
down
for the
OWGR.
sponsorships.
Seriously. Yeah, hasn't had.
Paying the mortgage.
I was shocked to learn he only has 2 wins since that Open in 2017.
That's shocking.
I thought he picked up a couple or more than that. Even,
I feel like I don't know. It feels like he's coming in the form a little bit.
he just finished T63, almost DFL.
I don't know.
This week.
It's not about the results though. It's about the process. We all know that.
I think he's just hurt. I don't know how to get this wrist taken care of, or if it can be.
I will tell you right now, and I had a discussion back in May with a golf coach, and he said this swing that everybody's teaching right now is hard on the wrist. And that flat wrist is hard on the wrist. Like, you get to the top,
bowed.
you get the bowed wrist.
The DJ, yeah.
It's hard on the wrist, and he's got that. And I don't know. I don't know the sign. I'm not going to pretend to know the signs behind it. I was talking to someone about baseball pitching, how they teach kids to pitch now.
Yeah.
There's actually studies on that, how it affects the elbow and why kids need Tommy John sooner. But I'm not going to pretend how I know that affects it, but it does. Like, there's not a surprise when people need wrist surgeries at 27, right? So I'm sure someone's probably doing one right now, but the wrist is the worst. Like, people think that golfers' backs are like back injuries are the worst. I think wrists are the worst.
Yeah, I think a wrist would be worse. Too.
I think the wrist is the worst because that's at contact, right? Like,
yeah,
that is how you feel the ball, everything like that. That is 100% worse than the back.
And a lot, like Saw has dealt with a wrist injury in the last few years, and he always talked about like it was actually putting was harder for him.
Yeah, and we don't even talk about that, right? Like putting and chipping. That makes it way harder.
Right.
But
yeah, I don't know. Looking at that, I was just man.
And you can disagree with me on this, but he's a generational talent.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is. Like,
absolutely.
And it's sad when injuries kind of take that away.
Yeah. And I don't know how much was injury versus if he tried to play with his swing.
I truly think he is injured right now.
Yeah. I think it's a combo.
It's not good.
Combo of both. I think he chased distance a little bit, maybe potentially got hurt in the process, and kind of dealing with the ramifications.
And I'll give a shout out to Colin Morikawa because he's not chased distance as much, but he's also avoided injury too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's not been injured like some of these other guys. So I don't know.
All right, coming off the backs of that, that triggered another question of mine. Who is your favorite player professionally to watch right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't want to say this.
You're going to say Bryson.
It is.
Yeah.
He's the most exciting.
Yeah. I can't argue with that, honestly.
He's the most exciting. Like, I love Scotty. I do. I love Scotty Scheffler. I do. He's a great person. He's a great dad, right? Like, it's kind of hard to not like him. He's got an unconventional way of going about things, like the foot slide, and it kind of makes everybody think that they can be good because he's unconventional. But dude, Bryson, like, Nashville killed it this weekend. Like, they had some big crowds out there, and it was all because of him. They weren't out there to see anybody else. And he has to be the most exciting person in golf right now. Like, I know Scotty's winning a bunch, but
yeah,
winning and being exciting are two different things. You know what I mean?
I think the thing with Bryson too is like there's that element of like you can like or dislike him, right? There's not,
and everybody tunes in to that.
Yeah, a lot of these other guys aren't like polarizing, really, right? And you need that.
Like Scotty's not
in a character.
Like Scotty's great,
Yeah.
but he's not polarizing.
Right.
Everybody kind of likes him.
Yeah, I mean, even like
He got arrested.
Tiger was great, but he was also a little bit polarizing, right?
Yeah.
Like Phil, great, polarizing as well. Like, so there's just too many of the guys now. It seems like there's just not.
Well, like even like if you want to go way back, it was like Tiger and David Duvall. I knew a lot of people that hated David Duvall, hated him. Sunglasses, douche. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But I'm a big David Duvall fan.
Sure.
We have a Dave. We might have to post that too. By the way.
Oh yeah.
I got David Duvall to make a video for Ryan before the Stampede, like 3 years ago.
Yeah. A cameo. Yeah.
My guy. But a lot of people didn't like him.
Sure.
But it was like that kind of the dual. It was like I like Tiger, I like David. You know, it was kind of. But I don't think Scotty has anybody like that. Like where it's like, oh, the Scotty, the good guy, and then here's the bad guy. Because it was kind of for a little bit. It was like here's Tiger, the good guy. David Duvall is kind of the villain a little bit. I don't know.
Or vice versa, depending on your perspective. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, I think Bryson's the most exciting player.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I do. I enjoy watching Scotty just from like the greatness perspective.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and I like the way he swings it, and like it makes no sense to me. Like I don't,
I'm like, how did you not pull that ball 30 yards?
Yeah,
like
so
it doesn't make any sense.
That's all cool. I was reminded again this weekend. Akshay is really fun to watch.
Dude, he's fantastic.
He's left-handed.
Although he did top a ball in the rough.
But see, that's what's great. Like I don't know. He
goes for it though. Like it's kind of one of those things. Like he goes like he's not going to be like, oh, I'm just going to lay up. He kind of goes for things, and I love that.
So
love it.
He's grown on me a lot over the last year.
Well, and I like him because if you don't know his story, he told his parents that he's like, I'm not going to college.
Yeah,
I'm just going to turn professional, and he just turned professional.
Already got 2 wins. He's 22.
Yeah, he's. I don't know if there's like American Dream or if you believe in that or whatever, but he is the American Dream. Like, just go do it. I'm just gonna go do whatever I want to do and be successful. You know, like I don't know. It's kind of cool
for sure. All right, last question here. This was the last signature event for the season. General thoughts on signature events. Where are we at?
I told you, or I think I highlighted this with my memorial review and everything like that. On TV, they're fantastic. Like, great. You got all these great players, whatever. In person, terrible. They're terrible. Because I know the memorial as having a 140-person field. You have threesomes. You have all these people out here. You have all these good golfers. Some of them we like that are in the field, right? They're now not invited. I think in person they're terrible. I think on TV they're great. Now, how that gets judged in the PGA Tour, I think the happy medium would probably be get rid of the player associated elevated events like Tigers,
sure,
Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus. Like, get rid of those. They already have big pots. They're going to have big pots because Jack draws a lot of money. Arnold's going to, RIP, going to draw a lot of money. Tiger's clearly going to draw a lot of money. I think if you could do away with those as elevated events and just have them as 142 people, I think that would be the good happy medium. I don't know. That's kind of my thought on them.
Yeah, I think my big issue stems from like what they're addressing a problem that doesn't relate to you or I sitting here, right?
No, they don't. They're not with the fan in mind.
No, they are trying to get a bunch of money to their, quote unquote top players and satisfy sponsors by getting those players to play those tournaments, right?
Yeah, because you're going to get, like, if you have a $20 million pot, you're going to get Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, all these guys that are in the top 40 in the world.
Right. And so it's like, they lack juice, right? Like, that's, for me, they lack juice.
I will tell you, this is the worst. Like, 3 years ago, the Memorial Field was not good. I will tell you, it was still better than this year.
Yeah. I think when there's no cut, you're guaranteed a big chunk of money, basically. Like Colin Morikawa, he was our one and done pick this week. He tumbled down the leaderboard to T13 after being in it.
Yeah, I noticed.
And he still got $400K for this week. Right?
Stupid.
I just think that there needs to be, like, if you're going to do the signature events, make it like a signature event series or something. Like, there needs to be something kind of connectivity,
like
something that matters to fans, right?
My biggest, beef with the Memorial this year is it's an Ohio event. How many Ohio guys are professional golfers that are on the PGA Tour?
Right.
Not many. You just had an Ohio guy qualify for the U.S. Open, and he wasn't not in the field.
Yeah.
Justin Lower. That's shit. I'm just going to call it what it is. It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why these events suck. Like, that guy should have been in this field. Whether, I can't believe that he didn't get, some exemption in. That still surprises me. Because you had the freshman from Auburn. No disrespect, but you had him in the field. But he's a PGA Tour member, and he's not in the field.
Right.
For a home event, like a home state event. And, yeah, is he going to draw a ton of tickets? No. The people aren't buying tickets because Justin Lower is playing in the Memorial. But it makes people feel good. Like, this is a feel-good story. And if he ends up playing good, it's a win-win.
Yeah, you got a massive storyline on your hands now. Yeah.
It's like he's playing in his home state and he's in the hunt. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Right.
But for the fans, they suck. In person, they suck. I think TV-wise, watching this weekend, I think it was pretty good. Tom Kim, Scotty Scheffler, Colin Morikawa, you had some big names up there. I think on TV, they're fantastic. That's kind of how I feel about them.
Yeah, maybe we can think about this more when we get some more off-season stuff, but just wanted to kind of check in since it was the last one for the season.
Yeah.
Well, I already talked about Colin Morikawa. We're on to one and done. Didn't make up the ground.
I did not even look at the field today.
I thought you probably don't need to. There's not much going on there. No. The good news about this being the last signature.
They've gone 3-4 weeks in a row now at this point. U.S. Open.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they had the Memorial 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, Memorial, U.S. Open.
So it's a weak field.
Yeah. So we took Colin Morikawa here at the Travelers. Like I said, T13, $400K. We tumbled a couple spots to 2,710th place, 8.4 almost million in the bank. Leader, 21.5 million.
So surprised me.
The money line is at 13.4, so we're still around 5 million back. We got to start going off the wall and hitting winners. It's the only way.
All right, I'm gonna throw it to you this week. Who do you want? Well, I didn't look at it.
We're at Rocket Mortgage, Donald Ross course in Detroit.
Short hitters. Hitters only.
I just looked at the top of the board and I was like, all right, who's playing decent? And do we ride Tom Kim?
Yeah. No, if he's playing it, we definitely ride him.
All right. I think Tom Kim's the play.
Yeah. If he's playing in it, we're riding him.
Okay.
Yep.
Fine. There we go. Hey.
Uncle Tom.
Look at this. Yeah, Uncle Tom is
by the way, that video was so good.
Yeah, it was good.
Dude, Meredith, she's a doll, by the way.
Oh, she's a queen, yeah.
She is an absolute queen. Uncle Tom coming over, telling Meredith that he's proud of her for having a kid. That's so cool. I thought that video was awesome, by the way. Kind of made me tear up a little bit.
Yeah, it's Tom Kim had a cool quote after about obviously Scotty's a great golfer, he's winning all that stuff or whatever, but he's to me he's just a friend or whatever. And it's that's pretty cool.
And by the way, the full swing goes back to the Masters where he's like, this is the champions lot, by the way.
Yeah.
So cool that they're I think it's cool that they're friends because I think you wouldn't ever think they would be friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, they kind of adopted him in Dallas.
I think it's awesome. Uncle Tom. Not the Uncle Tom that you're thinking of, but Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom Kim, yeah. All All right, Tom Kim it is at the Rocket Mortgage Classic.
I love it.
We need some money. Come on, Tom.
Come on, Tommy.
Follow the form.
Come on, choo-choo train.
Tom's the tank engine. All right. With that, we're heading to the patio. I got to say, these Sun Cruisers that you brought.
I think we're going to give them a free ad spot here.
Look, if they want to sponsor a podcast with us two idiots talking, that'd be great because these are really good.
Sun Cruisers, they come in every flavor: raspberry, peach, regular tea, and lemonade tea.
Yeah,
they're fantastic.
These are vodka iced teas.
They're
here
fantastic.
You go. Sun Cruisers made with real iced tea, premium vodka, lemon juice, and a hint of sweetness. Smooth and easy drinking with no bubbles. Cruise into the weekend. That's all you need to know.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, 100 calories, 1 gram of sugar.
For my guy, Scotty, they're gluten-free. There we go.
Chef's kiss. All right. Who went first last week? Who's up? Me?
You're up.
You're up. So again, back to my travels last week. Airbnbs and stuff, right? They stock you. Like a lot of them will have, games to play, books to read.
Yeah, they do. Good ones. Yeah.
Movies to watch, all kinds of stuff. And I noticed the one we were at, they had a boombox sitting underneath underneath the
I'm a sucker for a good boombox.
underneath the TV stand. And so it got me thinking, what is the oldest piece of tech in your house that is still in use?
Oh shit. A regular Nintendo.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys still bust that out?
Yeah, I have it in my basement. Yeah. I've done it. I've played it probably in the last 6 months.
What's that?
Duck Hunt?
Duck Hunt's fire. Late 80s, early 90s? Is that what Nintendo?
Probably, yeah.
Probably might even be early 80s, to be honest with you.
I suckered my parents into giving it to me. Yeah. But yeah, Duck Hunt, yeah.
We have an N64.
I mean, I would guess that's probably the oldest. I don't think there's anything else older than that. I mean, that's pretty old. That's probably 30 years old, 34 years old at this point.
It's older than us. It was released September 27th, 1986 in America.
Yeah. Well, I think mine's probably from 89, 90-ish.
Probably.
So it's 34, 35 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the oldest thing in my house.
That's got to be it. Yeah, I wasn't thinking along that lines, but I think now that you mentioned that, probably Nintendo 64 is probably the oldest thing we have.
That's probably 25 years old at this point.
Yeah, that's definitely a mid-90s, late 90s special there.
God, I love some Nintendo.
Dude.
Fucking drunk driving on the fucking go-karts.
Yeah, Mario Kart. Mario Kart. Yeah, that's probably it. What initially came to my head was we still use down in our basement where the dogs sleep just to give them like some noise so they don't like hear us walking around and stuff. When
box
they're
fan?
There. No. Well, I don't even count that. I'm thinking more of like, that does probably count. But that's more like...
A box fan's from like 1950.
That's more like analog technology. I'm thinking more of like, digital type technology. Anyway, we just have like a radio. It's like an iPod like docking station radio. So it still has an AM FM radio on them, but it's like the original iPod dock. That thing's from like, I don't know, 2008 or 9 probably.
Hell yeah.
So that thing still pumps out the hits.
Still pumping.
And I've got the iPod that I got with it back like junior year of high school. That was like, the 30 gigabyte. It holds like 1,000 songs. Yeah. Has a click wheel, the whole thing. I haven't tried charging it in a while, but I assume it still works.
Technology is so cool.
It is.
Like when you think about like when it was invented, it's fucking incredible. Like think about the Nintendo. Like 1986.
Right.
Dude, that's like... We have stuff in our pocket that's so much cooler than that.
Right.
But it's so cool. It's still cool.
I know, and that we've talked about it on the show before where like the difference between like how far technology's come from like 2010 to now versus like everything before that, how slowly a tech built up. Once you hit like internet age, everything just freaking exploded.
So it's funny that you brought this up because... So yesterday, Saturday night, I was like, I need something new to watch. Not new to watch, but like I just want to watch something that I haven't seen in a while on Disney Plus. And I'm like kind of scrolling through. And I'm like, dude, rookie of the year.
Oh man.
Hit it, played it, and then I was like, got done with it. I was like, I need to show this to my kids. Like, they need to see this. Showed it to them, dude. They like. So I played in the golf outing on Sunday. Come home. My middle one's like, Roland Gardner wins the game at the end. Did you know they get the third out? They end up winning the pennant. And I'm like, yeah, no, I've seen that movie 155 times. Yeah. Like, the old stuff is so, like, being able to introduce your kids to old stuff is so much fun. And I can't, like, my kids like Nintendo. They're like, this is kind of like not good graphics. And I'm like, imagine this 30 years ago.
Right.
Like,
how mind blowing it was.
Like, it's so cool. Like, I that's the coolest part about being a parent is like introducing your kids to the stuff that you were into.
Oh yeah.
Like, so cool.
Yeah, it's like sharing like a little piece of yourself or whatever from like a time that, you know, they're experiencing in their own life now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just neat.
Oh, by the way, my middle kid loves Henry Roland Gardner. Thinks he's the cutest guy in the world.
Doesn't shock me.
She was like, Henry got the last out. I was like, yeah, I know. I've seen the movie. I've seen it 150 times. I know he gets the last out.
Awestruck.
Do you think he's cute? Yeah, he's pretty cute. It's like, okay, now I got to worry about that guy now.
Yeah.
No, it's cool to introduce stuff like older. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of cool.
For sure.
I think that's the coolest part about being a parent is like my oldest one loves Van Halen because I love Van Halen.
Yep.
And most people are not going to know this guy's name, Eddie Trower. I don't think you even know Eddie Trower.
No.
My kids love Eddie Trower.
Okay.
He's the best guitarist outside of the mainstream. But like, it's cool to like introduce stuff. Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo, like stuff that we had as kids. I think it's really cool. Did you ever have like a bongo bat? Do you remember that? Oh, dude.
For sure.
Hell yeah, you could hit like
dingers with that thing.
Yeah.
The loudest.
I need to find one of those, dude. I want to go on like eBay and try to find one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like the big cone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. You could hit so many dingers with that thing.
Oh. Man.
That's such a good question.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. What's yours?
Okay. So we were talking about this tonight. This is a very general question.
Okay.
What is your favorite part about summer?
Ooh.
I know that's so hard. It's a very general question. I don't think we ever talked about it on here. Like, we've talked about like specific stuff.
No, I want to make this as specific as I can, probably. I mean, I love long days, right?
Dude, they're so good.
There's just something about
the longest day was last Thursday.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like 9:25.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's the best. Yeah. It doesn't feel like you can't, there's like no end to when you can be outside.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Fantastic.
Other
than last week, it was like 150 degrees here.
Oh, yeah. We'll ignore that though. So my grandpa lived out more towards what would be considered the country around here.
Yeah.
Shout out Ross. And I just remember the late nights going to swim at his place or whatever and driving home, windows down. The smell of like the corn and the fireflies in the fields. Like that smell takes me back every time I smell that.
Why the fuck do you take all my shit?
I'm sorry.
You're taking all my stuff.
I look, patios, obviously.
Yeah. Like as an adult. Yeah, for sure.
There's so many things. Summer's the best. That's what it is.
So you said corn.
Yeah.
I think like corn, like being in Ohio, we have a ton of cornfield.
Yeah.
Like you go, like we're in Cincinnati. It's kind of hard to fathom, right? We live in a suburb. You can go 10 minutes and run into a cornfield.
Yes, easily.
Like, not even, honestly, I can probably go 5 minutes and run into a cornfield.
And
we live into a very developed suburb.
Yes.
And you can go 5 minutes and run into a cornfield. Corn is Ohio. Like, I know Nebraska's going to get a little mad about this, the Corn Huskers, but, like, corn, dude, I eat so much corn in the summer.
Yeah, like a
like
sociopath.
Corn on
too.
the cob and, like, grilling hamburgers and hot dogs is what I equate with summer.
Yeah.
But I will say this. If I had to pick one, pool. Like, if I'm pool, hanging out with friends is what I equate with the summer. That's my favorite part.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never been, like, I'm not, how do I say this? Loved the pool as a kid. Kind of like grew out of the pool.
Yeah.
And then have never really gone back. Now it's just kind of like a thing that I take my kids to.
Well, it's funny because I never had a pool as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, my grandma had one. We had hang out there or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, I got away from it. And then we moved into a neighborhood with a pool. And now it's kind of like this week, all the families that we're friends with are out of town, but one, and they showed up at the pool tonight. It was like, holy crap, like, we're going to hang out. Like, we hung out for like another hour past what we were saying we were going to hang out for. I don't know. Like, pool, corn, I don't know. I probably got 3 answers for it.
Oh, there's
like
endless
pool,
answers.
corn,
Yeah.
And at this point, drinking. Like, I drink
mean,
way more in the summer.
Yeah, there's like grabbing a cold beer out of a a thing,
so
a cooler
good.
of ice, right? Like, yeah. Back to the pool though. I will say, I think this is something I realized on our trip, and I think my wife can back me up on this. I'm not good at lounging as an activity.
Wow, you're lame.
No, I'm just like a.
Dude, we went to the beach, and I lounged the fuck out of that beach.
I have to like be doing something.
That's crazy. That's
no. I get like antsy in the pool. I don't know.
Not me.
Maybe I respect it. I do.
have ADD, and I'm a lounger.
Yeah.
And I live by music in lounging. So.
All right, everybody out there, let us know what we got wrong about summer.
Yeah.
I know there's so many things.
There's so many things that can be brought up.
Yeah. And the more specific, the better.
Yeah. Yes.
For sure. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for this week.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride this hole-in-one high for forever, probably.
I'm sticking by my hole out on 18 tomorrow.
You're calling it? Yeah, you did. You tried
calling it.
You're Babe Ruth in it. Tried to call your shot in the group text. You said you're going to hit a walk-off ace on 18 tomorrow.
Yes, I am.
Which honestly would probably be the sickest way to make
cool.
an ace. Yeah.
So fucking cool.
Just straight to the patio for the tab.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, best of luck to you tomorrow. Play well. Just play free, man. You got it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Cheers.
See you. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Back 9 Six Pack. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Back 9 Six Pack for all your content needs. We'll see you guys next week. Cheers.